Hello, it's Sarah, and happy 4th of July, my fellow Americans, and good day to the rest of you. I just want to share, I've been busy sewing. That's it. Everything's great. Things are handled and contained at the moment, and I've been sewing my little heart out, and I came across a class last night that I took, and I'm going to share that with you guys too. But let me just show you what I've been, so I showed you all these Quilt As You Go projects I've been doing, mainly by Erica Arndt. She's the one who did both of these tutorials. She did a block book cover too, but I just converted it into an iPad cover for myself. And I got my measurements now. This is, you know what I need to do though? This will fit the cover too. See, mine's too small. It won't fit my iPad. This is an iPad mini. But I need to get the measurements for like a Kindle and whatever, the Samsung thing and all those, everyone, so that it can be a universal size, so that if I put these in my Etsy store, which I'm hoping to do, everyone's device would fit in here. So been working on that. So I made this one. I think I showed you the book, but I made the iPad case. I did this book. Now all these fabrics that you see are all from either Joann's or Walmart, and I bought them at the stores. I got either the strip packages, like where they come in strips like this, or this one. Actually, yeah, this I just cut it. I cut the strips into 2.5-inch squares and made the block patterns that way. And I did buy a bunch of like, I don't know if they're called fat quarters or just quarters or whatever they're called, but I'll show you those in a minute. So I made this one, and like I say, I'm really hoping these are going to go on my Etsy store. It's just that is such a pain in my butt. Like, it's not fun, put it that way. Like making something is, to put things in my store. But I'm really, it's at the top of my list. I got to do it. So this was just this is for my cousin Fran. She is a bicyclist, and she has a doggy, and she's a teacher. So I thought this was kind of plain for her. She's very kind of classic styling, so I thought black and white would be good. This is, of course, not for Fran, because this is busy, and I love it. This is definitely from Walmart. And I don't know the brand names or anything of these fabrics, but I did go back to Walmart and got these composition books. They had all the neon color ones, and so I bought like 10 of them. So it was $5 for 10 composition books, and I have like 5 left. But this is the other tutorial by Erica, but she doesn't bind hers, but I just put a binding around it, and I love this. I made a pillow with this, so I'll show you my pillow at the end. This is a 12 by 12 pillow cover. I've had the pillow, what is this called? The pillow form in my stash forever. Look how puffy this is though. I'll put it in there for you, because this is a different tutorial. This is by everyonequilts or something.com. Oh man, I'll put it in the description box, and I'll show it. Actually, it's in my notebook, I can tell you, but it had a PDF, downloadable PDF that on the website, and then the woman, and I can't think of her name, she did a tutorial on, it was a 16 by 16 inch pillowcase, and that's what this was started out to be, but I messed it up. So I had to cut it down, and I remembered I had this form, so I just put it on, because there was purple, you can see the purple blocks. Purple and orange were on this side. See, look, there's some purple and orange. But I had to cut it down, and so you know, I didn't want to waste it, so I got that. Let me just look real quick. That tutorial is All People Quilt. That's the YouTube channel, and it's allpeoplequilt.com. So this is the quilted pillow, show me how. And like I said, there is a downloadable like a PDF, and I just took pictures of it. I didn't like print it out or anything. Oops, what am I doing? Let's see. But actually, right here. No, that was iQuilt. I don't know where it is. Here it is. iQuilt class. I don't know where it is now. I can't find it. Right here. So this is the pillow she made. See that? I'll show you mine. It's not calm like that. This is mine. But I made it to, I wanted it to go in here in my craft room. And I don't know, those of you who've seen my craft room tour, I have a green chair. It's not quite this green, but that's what I was going for. And it looks nice on my chair. This is a 12 by 12 pillow. I'm sorry, 16 by 16. And I love my binding. It's like a black with white polka dot binding, and it's not perfect, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I really am. I feel more confident. I know my machine a lot better. I just, you know what, when I first started quilting, it was when I got my machine about 10 years ago, I didn't know about YouTube, and so I had to go to quilting classes, and I did. I took a couple in Ocean City, and then I made one quilt. I finished one quilt, and I took that one in a couple towns down at a woman's home, Nikki Giberson, and I'm pretty sure she finished it and bound it for me, because I don't remember that. But anywho, YouTube is so great now because I can watch it over and over and over, and I feel comfortable. Like when you're in a class, if you don't think of the question while you're in class, you might not ever ask it. You know, you just don't get it answered, and then you get frustrated and you just give up. Well, I did. So having access to the actual visual and, you know, verbal directions is so helpful for me. And I mean, look at this. I mean, I am doing good. I am nesting my seams, and I feel like I'm really getting the hang of it. So I moved on to try the pillow, did the pillow, I'm doing these, but now this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because this, and to be honest with you, I wasn't thrilled with, I took Joann Sharpe's whimsical lettering class, or what is it called? I bought her book, but this is the year-long Artfully Inspired Life, and I stopped doing it after March. I didn't even get to April. I think this is March's journaling page, and I just haven't gotten any further. I don't know why. I just don't think it was. I kind of felt like I've been there, done that. Every month you make an alphabet, and you're working on your lettering, so it is what she describes, and it is what I signed up for, but it just wasn't what it wasn't for me, put it that way. I will tell you something though, off topic. Polymer Clay Adventure, for those of you who are interested in an online class, for the money, it's $99 for a whole year's worth of instruction. It is well worth it, and I almost regret not taking it this year. I think I'll switch back to that next year, because this year I did Life Book 2016 with, her name's just not coming to me right now, but I like Life Book a lot. I'm learning a lot about art, but the polymer clay, there are so many different techniques you can do with it. It's such a great medium, and I love working with it, so I will be getting back to that. I even have some things I want to do again, so I will be getting back to the polymer clay, definitely. I don't think I'll ever stop that, but for some reason, after we did these, remember, this is what the last time, I don't know, just before all hell broke loose. No. We had made these stitched pouches out of file folders, and I had my machine out. I was using my sewing in mixed media, and that's kind of what brought my sewing machine back. And then of course you look through YouTube, and what do you know, there's tons of stuff on there for sewing. And so, you know, I'm glad because I have a beautiful machine. I have a Janome machine. I know I'm rambling a bit, but I just feel like it's worth it for me to give it one more shot, the quilting, because I do love quilting. I love them, but I feel like this is more right down my alley. And what this is Joann Sharpe's class on, it's called, what is it, free arm quilting, where you just take the fabric and you move it around, right? I haven't done that yet. And it's also applique. So that is what I'm very excited about. So this is the class, Whimsical Letters in Fabric, and she just has the word power in a little cloud bubble there with some stars and little rays from the stars and some batik fabric as a border. This is the class that she has on iQuilt, and I think it was around $14, $12 or $14. So I just signed up for that, and she gives you some templates to play around with, but I want to draw my own. Now this is the fusible batting that she's using, or no, this is fusible web. Batting is a more, okay, that's not batting, but fusible web, because we're going to put stickiness on the fabric letters, and then I can stick them down to the fabric and before I sew them, so it holds them in place, and then I'm going to stitch them into place too. But this is what she recommended, the Steam-A-Seam 2 double stick light fusible web. So I got two, and they had this at my Joann's too, so that was great. And she also recommended using freezer paper. So freezer paper is evidently something that, now look at it, I just noticed this today when I was looking at this. Make quilt applique. It says it right on the freezer paper, and I got this at Acme. Like, I got this at the grocery store. So it is known for that. And just as I was saying, I just happened to be scrolling through my subscriptions, and Barb Owen, I'm pretty sure it's the last video she did, and it was like one of her live feeds, so it's about 2 hours long or so, so I didn't watch it yet, but I think I'm going to watch it tonight. She makes a scrap doghouse kind of ornament, and it's out of fabric scraps and applique techniques, so I want to watch that. It's so crazy how when I'm thinking of something, it just appears in front of me. But anyway, so I need to watch these videos and practice my quilting techniques, but what I'm getting at is I am hoping to be able to make these covers now, these quilted covers, right? So it's about this big. I have this big. I don't want to go too big. Her class, what does she say? It's like 28 by 24. So it's probably, it's bigger than my craft mat right here. It's bigger than this. And I don't want to go too big. I just feel like this is a safe size to work on where I won't feel overwhelmed, and if I screw it up, I don't feel like I've wasted a whole bunch. So what I did was I made a little like design template here. This is a very basic sketch of, you know, the little the bag I painted with the clouds and the stars. I thought I'm gonna just do that and try and do it in applique. So I bought some fabrics. I have white for the clouds. I bought, now these are all batik fabrics, which I didn't really know what batik was. I'm just gonna, I don't know if the pencil will get on my fabric, so I'm just gonna put this over top of it. But I bought all these today at Joann's, and these quarter fabrics are 21 by 18 by 21, and they were like $1.25 because they were all 50% off. So I spent like about 50 bucks today, but I got the fusible, whatever that's called. I got some thread. I got like 5 different threads, and that's basically it. But they're all pretty much solid colors, but they're batik patterns. So they're not real fussy patterns. They're just, I don't really know, I didn't know what batik was, and these aren't batik. That is, let's see. Some of them are and some of them aren't. Some are just called, this is batik. But these are called assorted. I don't know, fat quarter or something. But like this for the sky, and then, you know, and just put some clouds on here, white and pink, flat, like maybe pink hearts, this color. Look at this. So this is batik. To me, it reminds me of tie-dye. And just cut the hearts out of that, and then I'm going to stitch around them, and I might stitch around everything in black, or I might stitch around everything in white, in like a whatever kind of fancy stitch, maybe just a zigzag, which I'm still getting to know. And that's why I'm not going to do any tutorials or anything yet until I know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about yet, so I don't want to do a tutorial. But like I got this brown in case I want to do a tree with a birdie on it. I got a couple different blues and some greens for leaves and the grass and stuff. Like this was a cool one because this is like 3 colors. It's like blue, purple, and green. Can you see that? See, it's kind of like tie-dye to me. But then you get these shapes in there, so that must be like a star or something. I'm not sure. So that's what I got today. So I think that's basically it. I'm gonna, now that I have everything I need, I'm gonna start working on some designs. I'll do Joann's. I'll probably do this. You know what? I could probably do, see, and here's the thing too. I don't know if this is gonna work or if it's too small. These letters could be too small. She said when she was doing hers that it would be better if they need to, because you have to stitch. So I'm going to have to do a decorative stitch around here. And that might be too small. I think the one in my book, I did some like other sketches in here. Right here. Like these letters, I think this size could be good. I think if I did like some type of a, maybe a zigzag, it's not going to cover the whole fabric, but it might. I might just do a straight stitch. Like I might just straight stitch it all because I'm a beginner and I don't need to use all these fancy stitches. Like she really uses some fancy stitches. I think there's a stitch that's like 1, 2, it's this. I think it's called a blanket stitch. Something like that. Can you see what I'm doing? Something like this. So that's a cool looking stitch. I kind of like that. But you would probably want it along the edge so it would go like that. Or maybe it goes on the other side. Ah, it probably does that. Yeah, I think it does. Anyway, I have some practicing to do. I have to figure it out, but look how cute that would be, like bird houses. I don't know. I think I could figure something out that would be cute, but I like this dream idea. Like that was what I was thinking, so I think I'll use bigger letters. I'll just have to change this a little and make my letters like really big so that they, I'm sorry, I'm still zoomed in. I always forget that part. But yeah, make these letters bigger. So I'll erase this because I just don't think it's going to work for applique. You know, I mean, this is basically what we did here with our, what are these? Jelly prints, right? We cut out the pieces and we just glued them on top of a background. So this is very much what I'm thinking of when I want to make these designs, only it's going to be in fabric. So like this blue is that blue batik fabric, and then this is a bunch of yellow fabric, and it's not going to have shading or anything, it's just going to have stitching. And I'm just excited. I mean, I won't put faces on anything yet, that's too intricate. There was someone on YouTube that I just saw, I can't think of it, but I'm going to be looking into it. I think it's called quilt art. Art quilting? Art quilts. Art quilts. Something like that. If you Google it, you can see the gorgeous stuff that people make. So I'm really going to be doing it very primitive. Once again, because I'm a beginner and I do want to complete the project, but maybe I like the small. Oh yeah, I can go bigger. I think I have room. Not a ton, but I think I can put a bigger word there. Actually, I'll use this whole area. So I'll come back when I have a more when my pattern is complete and I know what I'm doing, and maybe when I've even tried it and I know what I'm doing, so I can share it. But I will share with you guys what I learn as I go. And those of you who sew, give it a try. I think mixed media is just changing the whole art world out there. Every form of art there is now getting tweaked just a little bit. You know, they're trying new things, and so, you know, I'm just excited because it's not the traditional quilt anymore. It's fun and free. And so, because I felt stressed out by quilts before because they had to be so perfect and everything had to be lined up. And so I think when I hear free arm quilting or whatever it is, it seems like I don't need to be so stressed out or locked into, you know, the design. So I'll let you know. All right. And I'll let you know when I put stuff in my Etsy store too. So, all right, you guys, thanks for watching.